What's going on YouTube? We are here to give a immediate post-game reaction about the Philadelphia Stars versus New Jersey Generals. Normally, I like to take some time to collect my thoughts, but I figure for this one would be fun to get my live reaction. No notes, no script, no nothing, just off the cuff. Just being the real me. Just being the real me. And the Stars were able to win 19-14. Not the game that I predicted. You can go back to my last video, which I'll link somewhere around here, or just go on my channel, figure it out. I said the Stars were going to cover the spread. I thought that anyone who thought they weren't going to at least cover it was insane. I said I would bet my life on it, and I was right. Stars able to win 19-14. I was wrong on the exact score. But the Stars got it done in an unconventional way today. And I think, these are two pretty solid offense. The Stars are a pretty good offense. The Generals, first off, I'll just start here. I want to congratulate the Generals. They had a great team. I liked a lot of their players, actually. Can't remember the guy's name, the MVP, I'm blanking. The guy who ran back the kick return. He had the return for the touchdown for the Generals. He's a hell of a player. Did a great job on offense as well, being a decoy for most of the game, but did a good job. I like Luis Perez. He was great for the New York Guardians last year. I like DeAndre Johnson. I saw him on Last Chance U. I know he made some mistakes. He seemed like a good dude from what I've seen from Last Chance U. I don't know anything about him personally. Seemed like a good guy. Seemed like a hard worker. Seems like a good quarterback. And they did a good job. But, it was funny. During the game, I was talking to a coach friend of mine. I'm not going to say his name. He has to be anonymous, but he's a high profile high school coordinator. Looking to be head coach someday. If any staffs, if any staffs want to text me and ask who it is, I'm glad to share with that. But he's a high profile young coordinator for high school football. Done some college coaching clinics. Is a real name on the East Coast of football, especially in the Northeast, if you're watching. When we were talking about the Generals, he said something that I totally agreed with, and I said it in my video last week. If you have two quarterbacks, you have none. And I think they're both great quarterbacks, but I just think they never got into enough of a rhythm on their offense. They were sputtering a lot. And sure, it's easy to say that they made some penalties, they made some mistakes, they dropped some balls they shouldn't have, but they never got in a rhythm. And part of that, I want to give full credit to the Stars defense. They were unbelievable today. The Stars defense has been a black eye for them for the entire season. And they stepped up on 4th and goals, on 4th downs, on 3rd downs. Giving up 14 points to a team that's 9-1. I don't care what level of football you're at, in any competitive professional setting. These are all pros. That's incredible. I think their defense did a really good job, even when they lost Stribling. Who's out for at least almost half the game, little less, but a lot of the second half. I know they gave us some more points, but they did not break when they had to. They came up with turnovers when they had to, and I am so proud of that squad. On the offensive end, they didn't have as much. Case Cook has started the game off running early. He had some big runs, had some early runs, was able to take advantage of some of that. Was able to make some plays. Unfortunately got hurt, and KJ Costello to come in, who he did okay. He threw that one great deep ball. He did okay the rest of the time. He did a good job, and I'm proud of Cookus. I'm proud of the whole squad. I think they showed that they can win a lot of different ways. I think when you watch the Stars this season, you think of them as winning by, we're going to score a ton of points. We're going to throw the ball down the field. We're going to get a bunch of turnovers and pick sixes. And they got some turnovers, sure. But they threw the ball deep a couple times, sure. Excuse me. But they also defended their asses off on those little intermediate plays where instead of giving up 8 yards, they gave up 3, or instead of giving up 10 yards, they gave up 2, or instead of giving up a 1-yard gain, they gave up a 2-yard loss. And their defense just made a lot of the little plays. Not every time, but I thought they did a really good job of just cleaning up the little things, finishing plays. And the Generals aren't a big play offense. I don't think that's a huge secret. They made some big plays, but I think for the most part, they're a dink and dunk, We're going to run the ball. We're going to screen you. Maybe we'll do a double move. They had a couple of those. I'm not going to lie. But I think the Stars did a great job. I think Case Cookus coming back in the game, I think that settled the team down a little bit. I know he didn't score any points or score any touchdowns, excuse me, I should say. They didn't score 3 points. But I think he just settled down the offense a little bit, gave them a little bit of peace of mind. He's an ugly pick. But he was able to come back okay. And I thought he settled on the offense. Matt Coburn, that's a big loss for the Stars. We'll talk about that later, I guess, depending on what that injury comes out. So he didn't come back in the game. Neither did Shibling, another big loss. 2 guys, one who made the USFL All-Pro or All-USFL team. The other guy, who I thought should have made it, I think he got robbed, probably because of the political nonsense in the league. But yeah, I think that was an incredible game. And I think for anyone who watched, it was a great example of the product that you could expect when you watch this league. I think a lot of people poo-poo the USFL. But I think when the best teams were playing, and I heard Joe Klatt say this on some talk show, when the best teams play, it's a special league. I think everyone who watches can feel the electricity, feel the excitement, and just really feel like there's a passion. You know, people have a passion for football. And these guys are out there competing on their last chance, you know. People love last chance too. This is some of these guys' last chance. And it's great to see. It's great to see them be compensated. Congrats to Generals on a almost great year. Congrats to the Philadelphia Stars, my hometown team. Represent from the 215, the 44, the 610. Anyone in the Philly 5 county area, claim this one. Jersey, tough to be you. And lastly, I want to toot my own horn. You know, I didn't see a single betting site. I didn't see a single fan account predicting the Stars would win. And I know people say I'm a homer, which is true. I do love the Philadelphia Stars. However, I watched as much USFL as almost anyone, maybe a little less than some, but I watched a lot. And no one was picking this team. And I said, you know what? I really did believe it. I thought they lost by 11 points combined the regular season. I thought it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a year. In the NFL, we see it all the time. Even in college, it's hard to beat a team twice. In the NFL, if 2 teams play twice and the other team beats them twice, unless it's a dominant team, it usually doesn't happen that they beat them 3 times. It just doesn't. Especially back-to-back weeks. I think everyone was overrating that season record, and I just thought it was crazy. I really did. You can go back to my last video and watch it. Please do if you don't believe me. I'm happy to debate you. I really thought the Stars were going to win. I didn't have the right score. I knew the Stars would cover. I knew they would win. I was so sure of it. And I'm really proud of the guys. Looking forward to game 2 tonight. Might post a video either later tonight, early tomorrow. But thanks for watching along. I might be the greatest USFL football expert. So if you want to get in on that or any spring football, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and smash that bell button. Thanks for watching along. Cheers.